Hi, I'm Miss Jean. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes I get so busy and I have so much on my mind that I don't pay enough attention to what's going on around me. I might not see someone wave at me when I drive past, and I might not hear a squirrel chattering at me as I run past his favorite tree. But there's someone in Discovery Mountain who seems to notice details that others overlook. Lana doesn't miss a thing, and that's why she can find answers when no one else can. And sometimes, though, even Lana doesn't have all the answers. Well, today Lana is looking for the answer to a very important question. Let's find out what it is.
Mrs. Lee?
Yes, Lana?
I have a question.
It must be a very important question if you're taking recess time to ask it.
Oh, it is, Mrs. Lee.
In that case, maybe we should go talk in the classroom where it's quieter. I'm sure the other teachers won't mind watching my class for a few minutes. Now, Lana, what's your question?
Well, Mrs. Lee, this morning at worship, you talked about how God is always with us.
That's right. The Bible says God is with us wherever we go.
But if we can't see God, how do we know He's there? How can you prove He's real?
Oh my, Lana, that is an important question. But I'm not going to give you an answer.
You're not?
No, I'm going to do something better. I'm going to help you find the answer yourself.
How can I find the answer? I'm just a kid.
You're more than just a kid, Lana.
I am?
You're a good detective. When Erica lost her retainer, you were the one who figured out she'd accidentally thrown it in the trash.
I also figured out you'd thrown your birthday card in the trash, too.
Well, yes, you figured out what happened to that annoying birthday card, too. Sometimes I think I can still hear that birthday song playing over and over and over.
Also, when Mrs. Torres accused Devin of cheating on a test, I'd figured out that there was no way Devin could have seen Nate's answers. Devin couldn't see anything very well that day because he broke his glasses.
You're good at finding evidence, and I think you can find plenty of evidence that God is real.
What kind of evidence?
Maybe I can give you a clue. What do you see over on the building block table?
A rocket ship that Anthony built.
Did you see Anthony build it?
Well, no.
If you didn't see him build it, how can you be sure that he did?
Anthony loves rockets, and he's the best mini block builder in the whole class. Nobody else could have built a perfect rocket ship.
Exactly. That perfect rocket ship gives us evidence about who built it.
Oh, Mrs. Lee, I think I understand.
You do?
Yes. Do you remember when we studied the solar system? You taught us that Earth is just the right size and distance from the sun for us to live here.
That's right.
It's sort of like the story of Goldilocks. Our planet is in the perfect spot so we don't get too hot or too cold.
I hadn't thought of it like that, but it's true.
You also taught us about the water cycle, how rain and rivers and oceans work together to reuse and recycle water.
Right again.
Now we're learning about plants and how flowers, vegetables, and trees all start from little seeds.
Isn't it incredible how a tiny seed can grow into a huge tree?
Do you know what else is incredible? Birds.
Birds?
My dad is a bird watcher, and he's been explaining how birds migrate.
Yes, in the winter, many birds travel south where it's warmer and there's more food. And in the summer, they go back up north to have their babies.
Some birds travel thousands of miles without ever getting lost. Dad says scientists still don't know for sure how they do it.
Nature is amazing, isn't it?
It's more than amazing, Mrs. Lee. It's evidence.
I think you're onto something, Lana.
Everything in nature is put together so perfectly, someone had to have planned it all. Someone had to build it.
Like Anthony's rocket ship?
Yes, that rocket ship couldn't build itself.
Who do you think the someone is who built our planet and everything in it?
No one could do that except God.
Detective Lana, I think you've solved another case. The Bible tells us that God made everything, and that everything in nature, stars and birds, animals and plants, and all of it, tells us that God is real and that He loves us.
I may not be able to see God, but there's lots of evidence that He's real.
Yes, there is.
Mrs. Lee, I have one more question.
What is it?
Is recess over yet?
No, Lana. Recess isn't over yet. There's still another 10 minutes.
Good. I want to go back outside to look for more evidence.
Lana really did have an important question, didn't she? How can we know that God is real? Have you ever asked that question? Well, Job chapter 12 and verses 7 to 9 says this, "But now ask the beasts, and they will teach you, and the birds of the air, and they will tell you, or speak to the earth, and it will teach you, and the fish of the sea will explain to you. Who among all those does not know that the hand of the Lord has done this?" You know, there are many ways to find God and to know that He is real, but some of the best evidence is right outside in your own backyard. Next time you go outside to get a little exercise your faith too, and look for God in His amazing creation. I'm Miss Jean, and you've been listening to a mini adventure in Discovery Mountain, where the air is clear enough to hear your imagination, and where every day is an exercise in faith. Visit us at discoverymountain.com and connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. This episode was written by Janice Nelson.